I was immediately put on deportation proceedings. My work permit was canceled. I could not work. I couldn't provide for my now disabled parents.
All we wanted to do was to be reunited with my father, who had fled Mexico because he feared for his life. He had been kidnapped and beaten and extorted, and they told him that if he didn't pay up, he was going to be killed for his political activities.
I had a realization where there was real moments throughout my life where my entire family could be deported and I would be left alone.
It was a very real thing to have to hide that you were undocumented, or in some cases even that you were an immigrant.
My perspective on immigration and undocumented issues has always been that people should be able to stay here regardless of the education they have, regardless of their jobs or how much they produce.
It was my senior year and I was applying for colleges and universities, and I realized then what my status was, being an immigrant, being undocumented, and not having the ability to pay or have any resources to pay for college.
Well, we don't believe in demonizing undocumented people. We believe in comprehensive immigration reform and a path towards citizenship. We believe in providing immediate legal status for the 1.8 million young people eligible for the DACA program. We must never yank babies out of the arms of their mothers at the border.
When I think about what's happening at the border, I see myself in those little kids, all those families fleeing for their lives, fleeing from violence in their countries. It touches me because I could have been one of those children at the border.
To go through the deportation proceedings for me was particularly hard because this is around the time when my mother, she discovered she was a diabetic. And my father also during that time had a stroke and he became disabled. And I'm going through this change in life with being a caretaker for my parents and having to deal with this deportation.
I always felt really guilty because I knew I was gonna cry. Sorry. While my parents were going through their process, I always felt really guilty because I know that no matter what happened, I would get to stay here. So I felt like I was mostly a bystander the whole time because I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I could help besides being a reminder of everything that they had sacrificed.
My dad was a landscaper, and he still is one, but he would drive a landscaping truck every single day to work. And when a law like SB 1070, which is the Show Me Your Papers law, is being passed and you see the governor signing it on TV and watching your mom cry and not knowing what's going on, it's a huge reality that my dad could leave for work one day and not come home.
I'm really passionate about these issues because I want people who are Asian American, who had experiences like these, to be able to see someone who looks like them and to not feel like they have to be exceptional to be here in this country.
There are many people who don't have the platform, don't have a voice, and I want to make sure that I do whatever it takes and whatever it's in my power to be able to be a champion for them. I'm hoping that in 2020 we'll have a champion, Senator Bernie Sanders, who will be able to find a solution to these issues.
What has always made me so invested in him is the fact that he believes that no matter where you're from, no matter if you can vote or not, you deserve to be heard and to have a seat at the table.
Bernie is really passionate about minimizing inequality and getting rid of inequality.
I support Senator Sanders because he talks about intersectionality a lot and how you can't have economic justice without racial justice.
I want to do everything and anything in my power to make sure that we have someone in the White House who isn't criminalizing my community and isn't deporting families and separating families and caging children.
When you look at a candidate like him and you're able to match what he's proposing to what his stances were 30, 40 years ago, why not support somebody like that?